guys, so we have another makeup declutter. So I said I was going to make a separate video for my eyeshadow palettes, so that's today's video. But if you guys haven't seen my previous video, I went ahead and organized a ton of my makeup and I was super savage with it. So go check that out. I'll link that down below. Now I'm going to be doing this second round, and since doing my first round, I've absolutely been enjoying my collection. I got rid of crap that I no longer use or like or have never liked. I'm telling you, just declutter your makeup and you're going to enjoy your collection so much more. Since doing that, I'm discovering old favorites and truly loving my makeup collection, you know, everything that I have. And I've also been finishing products, which is great. Like, I already finished 2 foundations, I blush. Definitely recommend just to declutter and all that. But with my eyeshadow palettes, they are right here, and I said I was going to do a separate video because I wanted to go through them, and the video was already getting long, so let's get on with it. So since doing my declutter, I've been utilizing my palettes, and I did declutter this last year, so this is kind of like a second round, but I want to do it even more because you guys, I got 2 eyes and I want to enjoy my collection, and some of these I don't even use. I have all of my Natasha Denona. I absolutely love these smaller palettes. I highly recommend them. They're also much more affordable than these larger palettes right here, like this gold one. I don't know, when I bought this, I just felt so silly because, I don't know, I was forcing myself to use it, but I do love the palette. It's just, it's very pricey. So I would just go for these ones, and I like how they're a little bit smaller. Next, I have my Huda Beauty. So I have the Mercury Retrograde, the Desert Dusk, and then the Nude. I love the Desert Dusk. I've been using that. It's definitely one of my favorites, and I just started using my Nude again. Rediscovered love. And I have always loved the Mercury Retrograde. I know I heard mixed reviews for some reason on this one, but I absolutely love it. And the shimmers are stunning, so definitely keeping those. Back here is this, I always get confused between Makeup Revolution and Profusion. I don't know, do you guys do that? So I have Profusion, and I feel like their packaging is kind of similar in some stuff. So I have the Sienna's palette, an absolute great affordable option, so I'm going to keep this for videos. And then the Mirage, I haven't really touched, I've only used it once, but I definitely know I will love to dip into these glitters and some of these brighter shades right here, so I'm going to keep that. Now, I have 2 of my Sigma palettes. This is a latest one. If you are a warm lover, you're absolutely going to love this palette. I just think it looks so nice and beautiful, so I'm going to keep this one. And then as far as the Untamed, I haven't really used it. I've only used it like twice, I think, or once. And I don't feel inspired by it, but I feel like this is more of like a fall palette. So I'm going to give it a chance, and we'll see if I declutter this more towards fall, but I don't want to get rid of it just yet. Okay, this is Makeup Revolution, not Profusion, right here. And I haven't used this palette, and I've been looking at it, and I opened it up the other day and I swatched one shade. It just doesn't inspire me. I don't see myself really using this. So I'm going to actually get rid of this one and pass it on. The Essentials palette. Okay, I probably used this like 3 or 4 times. It's from Sigma. They did a collab with, what's her name? Stephanie Lange or Lange. I don't know who she is. No offense, but I'm going to get rid of this. I've used it and it's just, I don't know, it's not that inspirational to me. It's probably great for travel, but I bring so much more makeup when I travel anyhow. Like, I usually bring 2 palettes, so I'm just going to pass on this one. So LA Girl came out with these palettes, and I still haven't used this one again, but I didn't care for it, you guys. I used it in a video. The shadows are very weird because they're more thick. I mean, they're not terrible. I'm going to have to play around with this one a little bit more because I love the tones. I love the green. So let's see. But I will say I didn't get a chance to play with this again, so I'm going to give it a chance. Carity palette. I want to keep this because this is like a good dupe for like higher end palettes. So I really want to compare it because I've heard great things about it. So this one I am keeping. I love Disney, so I'm going to keep my Cinderella. The SpongeBob palette is so much fun. I'm keeping it. I love it. I have the Too Faced Natural Lust. You know, I never use this palette ever. So I'm going to let this one go. You guys, Tati is back on YouTube. That was just out of nowhere. And I haven't watched her video, but I kind of heard like an overview from my friend. So, I mean, I'm glad she's doing much better. You know, I never reach for her palette, but I don't want to get rid of it because I do like Tati, so yeah. This MAC palette, I'm just going to get rid of it. I've had this in my collection, and I'm just like, I never use it. I don't feel inspired. It's just kind of like blah. I just loved it for like the marble packaging, to be very honest, so this one I'll pass on. The Stone Cold Fox, I tried to get into it and I just looked at it and yeah, it wasn't my favorite. I know a lot of people love this, but I feel like this is more of a fall palette. So let me think about this one because I love my ColourPop so much. But then I have the Bare Necessities, which is also so nice. I love this palette too, so I'm going to keep this for sure. Next up, I have my Sigma Dream palette. This one is from Beauty Bird, and no offense, but I really just don't feel inspired by this palette. I don't like how large it is. I don't like the shape of the eyeshadows for some reason. It's just not my favorite. It just, I don't know, I don't care for it. So I'm gonna let this one pass. So Jade Kathleen Lights by ColourPop. Honestly, I never use this one ever, and I've had it and I feel like I should keep it because there's some really stunning colors, and this is one of those ones where I'm gonna have to think about it because I love ColourPop and I just love the quality, so I'm gonna think about these two and I'm gonna keep them in my collection. But I don't feel too guilty because I got rid of how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I got rid of all of these palettes. All right, now this drawer, I'm gonna have to pick out more because I have a ton of small palettes, which I absolutely prefer small palettes. And since getting rid of all the other makeup in my other declutter, I was able to get some of these out of other drawers that I didn't need anymore. And it worked out perfect because look, I can hold all of these little small palettes in here and I can lift them out and, you know, put things in a row, so it's perfect. Let's just get straight to the Urban Decay. I'm not getting rid of any of these. I love these. They make me feel happy. Just looking at my very first Urban Decay, like when I started my channel, all of this is just so nostalgic to me. I love the Naked. It's not that I don't even like them. I actually do enjoy them. Okay, so let's go over here. Okay, Anastasia Master Palette by Mario. I'm gonna let this go. I never reach for it anymore. It was like one of those love-hates. Like, I like it, but then I don't really like feel inspired by it. It has to go. Next up, I have this Narcissist palette. I know I did use this. Oh my gosh. I feel like I have to try it out again because I didn't give it a good shot. Let me just think about it on this one. Now I have my Norvina and Jackie Aina palettes. Honestly, I loved my Jackie Aina so much. Definitely not getting rid of this one. I love the packaging. Now, I did enjoy the Norvina, but honestly, I don't see myself grabbing it anymore. So I'm gonna let go of this one. So I have some more NARS, so this might be the Let Me Think About It palette. Wait a minute. Okay, well, this is a cheek palette, so this shouldn't even be here. And I don't even use this, so I'm gonna let this one go. Okay, well, that was easy. And then I have this one right here. This is like the perfect basic palette. Okay, this is an essential palette to me compared to that Sigma one from the other collab. To me, this is great because you have your highlight, you have your cheek product, simple eyeshadows, bam. So I actually really love this one, so I'm gonna keep it. Let's see, what do we have back here? Oh, I have more LA Girl. They're not my favorite. And now that I've tried some other palettes out, so I'm gonna let all 3 of these go. My Sigma palettes, love their new smaller palettes. They are so good. And I love the warm neutral, so I'm gonna keep this. Back here, I have, okay, I'm gonna keep this. This is the Sola palette, and this is one of the very first palettes that I ever had like my name on. I did a whole collab, and here's my name right here, What Would Lizzy Do? And I have to keep this. It's like more of sentimental, and some people like Sabrina XO YouTube, like oh my gosh, she's from Canada. Like, I'm still friends with her. It's just so crazy. So this is like a nice little like nostalgic when I first started YouTube type of thing. Out of all of these blue palettes that have come out, I'm gonna keep this because I really love the blues in this palette and it's very affordable. It's definitely a palette I would grab if you don't want to spend a lot of money on blues. Now this beach palette I absolutely loved from Urban Decay, and a lot of people didn't like it, but I'm gonna keep it because it's a good one. Too Faced Pumpkin Spice. It is a nice one. I'm gonna keep this one. I think it's a really beautiful palette. Oh man, I feel like this drawer is really hard to get rid of stuff. Okay, this Wet n Wild palette I did not enjoy at all. I don't think it's good. I love their older formula, so I'm gonna let that one go. Ooh, this little one is so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna keep this. And here's a Violet Voss. These are really pretty too, but honestly, I have these in like other palettes, so I'm gonna go ahead and pass this one on. Selena palette, not getting rid of this one. You know, a collector's item, and I don't want to get rid of it. These smaller palettes from Too Faced, I unfortunately did not care for them. They didn't perform as well as their larger palettes, so I'm gonna pass these ones as well. But I want to keep this Clover one. This one's so cute. I love the packaging on this. It's probably because it's dog and cat related. And I love like all the detail on the palette. I just think it's really cute, so I'm gonna keep that. ColourPop Sweet Talk palette, absolutely favorite. I have a back above it. I have a weird obsession with this one where I don't think I could ever get rid of it unless I finish it. I have my Tarte Aqua Lilies. This one's very special. I've talked about it before. I was supposed to do a whole entire, like back in the day when like you did actual collabs with people that you loved and not because it was a business move. I'm going to be straight up with it. I was supposed to do a makeup swap with Talia, and the other day it was actually her anniversary. Rest in peace to Talia. She's someone that will always stay in my heart. And this was the palette that I was going to give her, and I bought one for myself. And it was like Tarte's very first like waterproof type of palette, so I will never get rid of this because this reminds me of her so much. The good old YouTube days. I mean, not that YouTube's completely gone downhill, but it's definitely a different world now. Now I have my Aladdin palette. To be very honest, I don't care for this palette. I don't think it's pretty, so this is probably like the one Disney palette I will have to pass on. Inglot palette, I got this at one of my very first iMats when iMats was a thing, again, in the good old YouTube days, and you got to make your own customized palette, and Inglot was like it. Like you waited in line, you picked your shadows out, so I'm going to keep this. Creme de Couture, and I'm going to keep this one because I have no eyeshadow palette like this. This one's from Sigma. It's an older one, but I love it. I have no colors like this. Morphe palette, which I actually really enjoy. It looks like my other ones. Performs really well, so I'm keeping it. I have my Urban Decay Moon Dust. I have tried to get rid of this, but I just think it's so pretty with the glitters on top. It's such like a pretty topper that it's so hard to get rid of, and I have nothing like this, so I think this is like the one palette where I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna get rid of it, and then I just put it back in my collection. I have this e.l.f. palette. I don't like it. I love Jen Atkins. I love her Way shampoo and conditioner, but I don't like the collab, so I'm gonna let this one pass. I like the Alamar palette. I think it's a really good one. When I got it, it doesn't inspire me anymore, so I'm gonna let this one pass. My Too Faced chocolate bar, I love this palette. I think it's a really nice one. I'm going to keep it. And then back here, what do I have? I have the Bretman Rock. I never use this one, but it's so fun. I love all the colors, and I love Bretman. He's amazing. And then I have the Warm Neutrals Volume 2. I'm going to let this one pass. I'm keeping all the other ones, so I'm going to let this Sigma one pass. And then here's the other palette that Jen came out with e.l.f. I'm going to let this one pass as well. I love the Sigma Corderosa. I think it's an excellent palette. It's one of my favorite ones. And then also the Enchanted is a really nice one. Okay, so now I just have these two sections right here. I just kind of have like small eyeshadow palettes and then some singles, whatever palette. I don't think I can get rid of it. It's a really good one. It's one of my favorites. I love the Honey because it's like yellow. Going Coconuts. Damn, this is going to be hard. I think, let me just see which ones I won't really like. Okay, this isn't looking good for me because I think I'm going to keep all the, but I do enjoy them though. That's the thing. And they're all so different, like color-wise. Okay, Nude Mood. Let's see if I'm going to keep this one. Ugh. See, that's why I feel like I won't, oh shoot. I feel like I don't need this, maybe not the Bareness. I don't need the Stone Cold Fox, so I'm going to let this one go because I already have some cool tones, and I know I won't use this bigger palette, so this one's going to pass. So that kind of helped me because I'd rather have the smaller palettes of the cool tones. The Bye Bye Birdies, beautiful, and I love all these. Let's see if I'll get rid of one, though, just in case. Let's see. The wine one. I'm going to get rid of this one. I don't see myself really grabbing for this one, so wine only. Frozen, I think this one's so pretty and I love the way it looks. I haven't used it, but it's just so cute and I love Disney. Lilac You a lot. Again, I love the purple, so I'm just going to keep that. And I went through this one, right? I know I like that one. Okay. All right. Well, at least I got rid of some, right? Okay. It's better than nothing. Okay, so now let's go to the smaller ones that I have. My Natasha Denona, absolutely love these ones. These are all the new neon from ColourPop, so, and then some of the Valentine's Day collection. So I'm actually going to keep these ones because I love their smaller palettes. I think they're really, really good. And then here's the new Hello Kitty Tropical collection from ColourPop, keeping all these. And then my favorite also from ColourPop are these little quads that they came out with, and they are so good. I love the quality. These feel so sleek and they feel very high end. I'm obsessed with this packaging actually. And then all of my like glitter single shades I'm keeping because yeah, they look really beautiful. I love these matte glitters. I don't know if you can still get them, but I highly recommend them. These are the Shiny Pretty Shadow collection, and these sparkle like no other. Like whenever I wear these on my eyes, people are always asking like, what is that? What is on your eye? It's so sparkly, and it's these ones, and I don't know if you can get them still. And then I have my NARS ones, which I love. I kind of already had a feeling I wasn't going to get rid of any of these. Just organize everything. So for that round, I actually got rid of 2, 4, 6. So I got rid of 7 palettes for that one. So that's really good. So I went ahead and organized everything. I just put the Makeup Revolution and Profusion together. Even though this is a smaller palette, I just feel like they all go. Here's all my Huda Beauty, Natasha, my Sigmas on top of each other now. I have those 4. Just random palettes back here. I still need to try out this LA Girl one. My Disney ones and larger ones, ColourPop in the back. And then for the second drawer here, all my smaller ones, all my Urban Decay, Too Faced piled together in Urban Decay. My Sentimental ones right there in the back corner. And just, you know, my single shadow palettes, and then all my small ones organized. I put this one on top, this NARS one, because I need to try this one out. But everything is really nice and organized, and I can flip through them. And that is it. Alright guys, so here are all the palettes I ended up getting rid of. I'm super, super happy with the outcome. I wasn't sure how I was going to do. After experiencing my nice makeup collection, I am over having stuff I'm not going to use. So yeah, I'm really happy I did this. And hopefully you guys enjoyed my whole entire declutter. Well, that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one. Woo-hoo!